The thing about a pilgrimage is it's not like a usual hike across countryside. A pilgrimage is something you do with intent to open up unconscious experience, to invite a deepening into what I came to think of, not just as the ecology of place, but an ecology of the imagination. When I tried to figure out what I was really seeking on this pilgrimage, I had very much in my mind that I had just come back from lecturing to NATO in Geneva. I was doing a lot of military staff college teaching about non-violence as a guest lecturer at that time. A pilgrimage is obviously something spiritual. It's about the divine, what you might call God. But also, I was exploring the imagination from the point of view of the Gaelic, Celtic cultural traditions of the island. And so it came to me that what I was kind of looking at were three things, and I call them God, war, and the fairies. Is imagination something that just generates within our brain, or do we move within a greater cosmic imagination that is ecological reality, and going out into nature for a prolonged period opens that to us? From the military context of being embroiled in our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan at the time, in Poachers Pilgrimage, I take a deep exploration into how, in my view, religion has been corrupted in the minds of a number of our Anglo-American political leaders. I look at Tony Blair, both George Bush's, Donald Rumsfeld, and their religious backdrop, and in particular how a particular view of religion can configure politicians to think in terms of us and them, good state, bad state, with us, against us, or in theological backdrop terms, the damned and the elect. War as a need to reconnect, to rearticulate between the inner life and the outer life. And that opens up the realm of fairy, because in the Hebridean and other Celtic traditions, the realm of fairy is a metaphor for the imaginal life. And I'm talking metaphor here of something very deep. I'm talking about the level of mythos, which in a sense holds the logos or rational framing of reality. Mythos being the big story in which we are living. What are we living inside? We are living inside the mythos of our times. And I passed by a loch in North Harris called Loch Voshmid, which J.M. Barrie of Peter Pan fame had used as a setting for his play Mary Rose. So one of the things I'm doing is looking at how this 1920s play about war trauma and its effect on a child was interpreted by Barrie through the lens of fairy, but how that opens up the world of the imaginal, the world in which our context of meaning is held. And in a way, that's what emerged from my walk, that deeper and deeper walking and walking, every next step, a pilgrimage that has walked with me in the 7 years of writing Poachers Pilgrimage, setting off on what I like to think of as a silver fairy path and opening to the golden way of God.